The Global.asax file really becomes your friend when you're trying to maintain state and do a lot of other different things in a web page. First of all, you need to understand there's one Global.asax file per ASP.NET web application, and toward the end of the video, I'll go out into Visual Studio and show you one of these. But we've got one per application. It's located in the virtual root. One of the coolest things is it has events. We can store variables out there. And this thing is great for state management issues when we're trying to do things to maintain state and to store this information. Now, there are three categories of events that are fired in this Global.asax file. Now, if you want to think about the Global.asax file, let me kind of give you a little picture here. Here's all the files in our web application. So these are all the pages that the users see and hit as they surf through our website. And there could be hundreds of these things. There is one Global.asax file out here, and I'm just going to put ASAX out here. And any of these pages can see this Global.asax page. Not only that, but this ASAX page has events that get fired that we can cause to do things out here to these pages. So this is kind of our one-stop shop for all kind of issues and situations that need to be handled. Now, the three categories of events that are out there in the Global.asax is when a page gets requested, when a page is sent, and then different conditional events. And so let's kind of break these down. Global.asax, it has events on requested events, and these events are fired when the page is requested. Okay, and notice application begin request. Whenever a new request is received, that event's fired. Application authenticate request. This indicates that the request is ready for authentication. Application authorize request. It indicates that the request is ready for authorization. Resolve request cache. It's used by the output cache to stop cached requests. Now, we hadn't talked about the cache yet, but we are later. Keep in mind, I know this is an intro course, and I'm not going into a lot of depth on each one of these items, but I kind of want to plant some ideas in your brain out there, some things that are possible, some things that you need to know are out there. A lot of people used ASP for years and never really got into application and session events, and they really cheated themselves out of a lot of ability to add a lot of cool functionality to their web apps. Acquire request state. This indicates that a per request state should be obtained. And then there's an event called pre-request handler execute. And this says that the handler is about to execute. Now, when a page is sent, these events get fired. There's a post-request handler execute. This fires after the request is complete. This means after it has gone and pulled the file that was requested by the browser, and now it's about to send it out or respond to that request. Release request state. This event's fired when the request state should be stored. Then there's update request cache. This is fired when processing is complete and the file is ready to be cached, and we'll talk about cache again later. And then there's application end request. This is fired when the ASP web app ends. Now, the conditional events are where we spend most of our time, but I wanted you to see those other ones because most people never think about using them. But the conditional application events are application start. This is when our application starts, and it starts when the first user connects to any page that's part of the application. Application end. This ends when the web app is shutting down. All the users have disconnected, and all have timed out or gone, and the application is shutting down. We can put code on any of these events that I've mentioned in this video and have that code run and do cleanup, warn us, connect to databases, close our connections, free up memory, whatever. Session start. This starts every time a new user comes in and starts a session. Session end. This is fired when the user session ends. So again, we can put code in these places. And I'm going to show you some examples in the upcoming videos about how we can use application variables in some of these events. And we also have an application error event. And this thing is fired anytime there's an unhandled error. And so we can use this to help us if we've got unhandled errors that get by our error handling set up. Now, This is one of those things that I wrestled with about whether I should put this in an intro course. But I wanted you to see all the different possibilities, all these events that I mentioned you can use in various situations to write code, to send information, to take care of user requests and so forth. Strongly recommend that you go out and read up on Global.asax and look at the possibilities and how you can use this in your web application. Because keep in mind, every page in your web app can access this information, can have this code affect that page.